All right, so we're continuing our series talking about different accounts payable solutions that are different from QuickBooks. So you might be using QuickBooks Online for your accounting system, but maybe you don't love that solution when it comes to paying all of your bills, or maybe it hasn't worked for you for one reason or another. So today we're going to talk about one of the alternatives to QuickBooks Online and something that actually works well with the QuickBooks Online system, and that is Melio. Again, this is Financial Tech Lab, and we are testing different types of accounting software that will be helpful for you in your small business. So there's not a one-size-fits-all when it comes to accounts payable software or really any kind of accounting software. And so that's why I wanted to do this series and show you all the different options that might be good for you as you're figuring out what is best for you to help you track, manage, and pay your bills. And so if this type of information is helpful to you, please make sure you're subscribed to the Financial Tech Lab channel. I would really appreciate it. Okay, let's go hop into the Melio platform. So here we are in the Melio account that I set up, and I've gone ahead and connected it to the QuickBooks account for bespoke consulting. So this is a demo account that I've set up, and then I've matched it to the Melio account here. So they are integrated and they are talking to each other, which is great. Now, I wanted to just mention to you guys that we do have an affiliate relationship with Melio. So if you are interested in checking it out, you can go to financialtechlab.com/MELIO to get 30 days free of Melio and test it out for yourself. So I love a free trial before you jump in and start using something and start paying for it. And any affiliate links you use from Financial Tech Lab just helps support the channel. So I appreciate it very much if you use those. All right, now you can see that I'm in the setup phase, but we're just gonna kind of scroll down past that. If all of that was gone and out of the way, you would see down here that we have our vendors, bills, approvals, payments, and W-9 and 1099 information. So when it comes to payments, we're on the payment tab over here on the left. This is a good summary of what Melio can do for you. It can track vendors and you can have a vendor list. It will show you your bills. It will show those approvals for the bills, and it will show payments that have been made. And then the good thing is that you also have this ability to get 1099s through the system as well and track W-9s. So just real quick on that, you can add a W-9 form and you can also send a request, but you can see here that this is a premium feature. So let's look real quick at pricing so that you can get a sense of what is free versus what is paid. So they have different tiers here. One of the things that you get that would be considered premium is once you start paying for the service. So anything that's bolded is something that changes from the next tier up. So free if you're only doing 5 ACH transactions per month. If you have more than that, it might make sense to go up to the 20 free ACHs per month, which is $25 a month. That's their core plan. Now you can see what you also get here is QuickBooks Online syncs. You only get 10 free QuickBooks syncs with the first one. So this is really if you have low volume. You're only doing this a couple times a month, or syncing to 0, which is nice that it works with both platforms. How often are you needing to sync? That might make sense for you to go up to the next one. And then this W-9 collection, that was that premium feature that we just saw here, where we want to send a request to the vendor to have them fill out their W-9 information. If they've already sent it, you can upload a file, that is free, but to be able to request it from the vendor, that is an upcharge. And I really like that feature, especially if you have a lot of vendors. So I think it makes sense that they've kind of bundled the higher volume of ACH payments with that feature. And then also the 1099 automation. I think that makes a lot of sense that would be there together. Because if you're just paying less than 5 vendors a month, 5 or less vendors a month, maybe you don't need that time-saving feature. But that definitely is a time-saving feature, so I like that a lot. And so it sounds like that you can go up to Boost and Unlimited. Unlimited is $80 a month. Some of the other systems that we're going to look at are going to be similarly priced. I think this is slightly lower for Unlimited. I know it's lower than QuickBooks. I believe that is currently at $90 a month. And then Boost is at $55, which gives you 50 free ACHs per month. So let's go back into looking at bills, because that's really what we're here for. Although 1099s and W-9s are definitely part of the whole bill pay system, and we don't want to forget about that. So you'll see right now that there's already a bill listed here, and that's because we actually had a bill in our QuickBooks account. So here listed in bills as unpaid is a Comcast bill for $235.45, and Melio synced with QuickBooks, and so it pulled that in. So if I wanted to pay it out of Melio, I could. But we're not going to do that just yet. I want to create more bills. So I'm going to go here to create a bill, and I have the ability to just drag and drop. So I'm going to actually just click on this, and it's going to open the last file where I went and uploaded something before. So I was testing this out before I started this video, so I'm right here ready to go. So I'm going to go ahead and pull in a fairly simple bill first, and let's see how it does. Okay, so that was pretty fast, took a couple seconds. So it pulled the vendor name correctly, pulled the billed amount correctly. Can't really zoom in, which is a little bit of just an ease of use thing. I thought maybe I could resize this here, but I can't really. That makes it a little hard because the text is really small. It's nice to like be able to zoom in. Some of the other systems are able to do that. So might be a consideration for you. But the bill amount, the invoice amount is correct. We're just putting this as a one-time payment. You can set up recurring payments, which is nice. And it pulled the date correctly and it pulled the due date correctly. Now, it did not pick the right category. Now, I was a little disappointed in that because this is pretty straightforward. Trying to type in my expense here, and it keeps pulling the wrong thing. So I typed it in. I really don't like this because I'm trying to type it in, but it's not really pulling what I want. I've been sitting here trying to find the website and to be able to get it quickly, but truth is, it just was not able to search this very easily at all. Okay, so after lots of searching, I found website finally, and it's here. So this makes me think maybe if they are using AI in the technology to read these bills, they are not using it to its fullest extent because it's pretty clear what this invoice is for. And I don't think Melio really claims that they're using AI in this, reading the bill right now, but I know that's what a lot of other providers are starting to do with this. So that took a long time. I really didn't like how hard it was. This should be a quick search, easy to code, and ideally it would have found it to begin with. So I really didn't like that. That would be a major annoyance to me. Now, what I would try instead is maybe uploading the bill directly into QuickBooks, and then that coding would transfer over. So, because I think QuickBooks read this bill just fine when I tested it. Okay, now one thing I wanted to point out is that if you do want line item extraction, or if you do want the ability to code line items, that is an upgrade. So that's going to be one of those premium features as well. So let's continue to pay this bill. Everything else looked fine. The amount looked correct. So this is where I can pay it either through the checking account, or I can put it on a credit card. So if I want to upload my own credit card, even though maybe the vendor does not accept credit cards, I can still put it on a credit card for myself if I want to, and I can earn rewards on that, but I am going to pay a fee. So this 2.9%, I believe, is the fee that I would have to pay on the transaction amount. So sometimes you might want to use a credit card. Maybe you're trying to get a credit card bonus or something like that, and it makes sense for you to put some things on a credit card, even if there is a transaction fee. But typically, I would say if you have healthy cash flow, it would mostly make sense for you to pay things out of the checking account. But sometimes you need to put things on a credit card, and it's nice that you have that ability here. Now, I don't have a credit card set up, but you would set one up, and then you'd be able to move forward and pay that. Okay, I'm gonna actually exit out of this because we have more bills that I wanna upload. So I'm gonna create another bill, and let's see what it does with a more complex bill. So here's an inventory bill. Let's see how it does. All right, so it said that there was an issue here. So it said the invoice was scanned, but there's a $26.50 difference in the line item total. We can auto add the $26.5 as a new line item, or remove all of them to continue. So in this situation, let's see what happens if we auto add the items. So in this situation, it put each item as a separate category instead of making them line items, because we don't have that item turned on. It made each one a separate line, and then each one of these categories is actually your chart of accounts. So this is where it would actually be like inventory. Again, this is a terrible search. So I don't want to do that. So I'm actually going to cancel this, and then I'm going to try it again, create the bill, and I'm going to select no this time around, where it had the issue with the upload. And when I select no, it's going to put everything into one line item. Okay, so this time we're going to say remove items. And it did pull the total amount correct. It pulled the business name is fine. I know you can edit this if you need to in the vendors. It pulled the invoice number correctly. And then I believe it pulled the invoice date correctly. And then it made it just due on receipt here. And then instead of making those individual lines, like you could add them here if you wanted to, it pulled everything into one line item. We would just put everything in this case to inventory. I'm just gonna put that there. Okay, and then I'm just gonna click Save and Close. Okay, so you want to add all of your bills first, and then you can go to thinking about paying bills. So I'm just going to go ahead and select all 3 of these, and then I can go to Review and Pay. So now we're in a situation where we can pick the delivery method different for each vendor. Now I like this because there's lots of options here. This is more than what we saw in QuickBooks. So we can do a standard ACH transfer. Remember, we have 5 free in the free tier. And then if I want to do a wire transfer, there's a $10 fee. There's a virtual card. This is where you can have a single-use virtual card for your vendor. They can easily choose an ACH transfer if they prefer. Either way, it's free to you, which is kind of cool. And then you can do a paper check for $1.50. And then if you're not sure, you can let the vendor choose how they'd like to receive payments. So that's kind of interesting. And then if you want to send an international transfer, that's a $20 fee. So we've got some options here. So let's just kind of move forward with an ACH. So then you would need to make sure that you have payment information for that vendor. Okay. So the nice part about this is I can schedule all of these things, and they could all be different methods of payment if I prefer. So the nice part about this is that I can change the delivery method, and then I can change the delivery date and speed per item. They don't all have to be the same. So in this case, and this is again not fully set up, so it doesn't have everything enabled, but if I chose ACH for this one, I would fill in the information, and then it would allow me to select the date. Now, I don't want to put ACH information into here. If it was enabled, then it would give me the debit date, the speed I could choose, and then the delivery date. And so if I chose that faster ACH speed, that would be an upcharge. And then maybe I want to send a paper check, and I can select the date for that. So this is where you can kind of decide like which vendors need to be paid faster, which vendors are okay to pay them a little bit slower. One way to kind of slow down your accounts payable is to send paper checks. I really love ACH wherever possible. It is a lower cost, and then you can schedule that out closer to the actual due date. So it's kind of nice to be able to have the flexibility to do both when you need to. And then you would just confirm and pay based on what you've scheduled. Okay? So that is kind of how you use the payment side of things. Let's take a look real quick at the accounts receivable side as well. So this will sync directly with your QuickBooks. And so I want to show you guys over in QuickBooks, if we go to our main setting and we go to sales, you'll see here that we have an outstanding, let's go to invoices. You'll see here that we have an outstanding invoice for ABC Company for $5,500. So when I did the sync to Melio, that pulled in here. So you can see that same ABC Company invoice for $5,500. All right, so you can, from here, you can send an email out to the customer and they can receive a notification there. Or I like this, you can get a shareable link. So maybe you're already emailing your customer about something else, and then you can just copy a link and paste it into your email, for example. And when you do that, here is an example of what they'll see. So Bespoke Consulting is requesting a payment of $5,500. and it's auto-populating a way for you to pay. That's showing up on my side, and then it's giving me a estimate on when I can pay it. Maybe I want to push that out a little bit further. It's also telling me that there's going to be no fees. So if I should change this method, it's not giving me any option to change the method right now, but if I wanted to maybe pay with a credit card or something, there might be some fees involved in that. Okay, so you could confirm and pay that way. That's me as a customer receiving the invoice. That's kind of, I just wanted to show you what that might look like. All right, so let's close that out. And so you can create an invoice in Melio, but it's saying that if you create it in Melio, it won't sync to your QuickBooks. It's kind of only QuickBooks syncing to Melio. So sometimes there's a two-way sync and sometimes it's just one way. It looks like invoicing is just the one-way sync from QuickBooks into Melio. Now, if you receive the payment though in Melio, that will sync back to QuickBooks so it knows that something's been paid. Okay. I've been kind of struggling with sometimes knowing why would anybody use something like Melio if they have QuickBooks and they're doing their invoicing in QuickBooks Online. I believe I mentioned this before, but I have run into a situation where a client they were not able to get their merchant services account working through QuickBooks Online. And so they weren't able to actually receive payments through the links through QuickBooks. So they used QuickBooks to invoice properly and make sure that all of their line items went to the right areas of the P&L, and they were able to do their detailed invoice there. But then they actually sent the payment requests and the invoices through Melio because the payment processing essentially was happening through that system. So, and that makes a lot of sense to me. And it also makes sense if you're maybe trying to give your vendors a few other options for how to get paid. Now, QuickBooks now, as far as like the invoicing side, they give lots of options for customers to pay. But if for some reason you can't use QuickBooks Merchant Services, or you don't like their fee structure, or you don't like what the options are, then Melio might be an option for you. Okay. So, but again, that it does do accounts receivable. These videos, I'm really trying to focus more on the accounts payable side. And I do see Melio being a solution if you are looking for more flexibility in how you pay your vendors than what QuickBooks is providing on its own. So I do think that Melio offers a little bit more flexibility in the amount of ACH transactions. I like that they have this 20 free ACH level that's $25 a month, because not everybody needs 40 or 50 ACHs. So they kind of give a little bit more flexibility there, and then their unlimited is cheaper than what QuickBooks would be in the long run. So something to think about overall when you're thinking about what is best for you and your business. So hopefully this video has been really helpful to you to tell you a little bit more about Melio. And if you are interested in checking out Melio, you can go to financialtechlab.com/MELIO to get 30 days free as you test out the platform. So, and again, anytime you use links that I mention in this channel, it does help support the channel. So I appreciate it very much. All right. Well, thank you so much for being here. And if you have any other questions, if you have had good experiences, bad experiences with Melio, please share them in the comment section below, because that helps other users as they're trying to make decisions as well. All right. Well, thank you guys so much, and we'll see you in the next video.